Good evening, everyone, and a very, very warm welcome to the first ever the Dell Challenges Awards 2022 in association with Money Control and CNBC-TV18, powered by Intel and with Ernst & Young as knowledge partners. And I'm Ruchira. Small and medium enterprises, as we all know, are the pillars of the Indian economy due to their considerable contribution to the GDP, to exports, and, of course, employment generation. They are indeed the heroes of our economy. In recent years, many small businesses have reimagined their entire operations through the digital lens. And with this award ceremony, we celebrate the success of such small businesses and acknowledge their achievements. So for us here, it is an extremely proud moment. It is the culmination of a year-long campaign, the Challenger Stop at Nothing campaign that is focused on lauding exemplary IT innovators in small businesses. And on that note, I'd like to invite Ms. Swati Mishra, Director and GM Small Business, Dell Technologies, for the next keynote address.
Good evening to each one of you. A very warm welcome to this very special evening where we are looking at recognizing our esteemed customers who have been IT innovators, the extraordinary IT innovators throughout the year and led us in the small business vertical. And to honor the great work that has been happening with each one of you and to honor the leaders in this market, the innovators in this market, we have instituted these Challenger Awards. Our ambition is to celebrate the achievements of small businesses today. Challengers are those who thrive even when the times are tough and they can leverage their digital prowess. These businesses have not only remained relevant, but also have reinvented themselves using technology against all the odds. So with that, a welcome to all of you to this great evening.
I would like to invite the Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Narayan Rane, Honorable Union Minister of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, to come up on stage and give a keynote to our audience here.
उपस्थित सभी देवी और सज्जनों, डेल टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम से आज एमएसएमई के जो उद्योजक ने अपने क्षेत्र में प्रगति की है, कम से कम कार्यकाल में जिन्होंने डेवलपमेंट की, ऐसे कई उद्योजक को सम्मानित करने का काम डेल टेक्नोलॉजी कर रही है। मैं जानता हूं कई सालों से डेल टेक्नोलॉजीज आईटी क्षेत्र में आधुनिक टेक्नोलॉजी में यूथ को प्रोत्साहित करने का काम कर रही है। हमें डेल टेक्नोलॉजीज आईटी के माध्यम से हमें मदद कर रही है, इसलिए मैं उनको सभी को धन्यवाद देता हूं। मैं आप सभी का आयोजक जो है हमारे डेल टेक्नोलॉजीज, उनका मैं शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं। मुझे यहाँ इनवाइट किया, मैंने मान सम्मान दिया, इसलिए मैं धन्यवाद देता हूं। जय हिंद।
So let's begin with the awards, the first set of awards in the special category. And the first category is the Digital Innovation of the Year.
In the category Digital Innovation of the Year, the winner is Enphase Solar Energy.
We are very honored for this award, and we feel that we have achieved some great heights. That's the reason that we have been given this award.
The second award in this category, and that is for the Innovative Business of the Year.
In the category Innovative Business of the Year, the winner is Cellworks Research India Private Limited.
Very exciting. Also the category under which we got nominated It's very great. I'm sure back to my office when I go back, my R&D people and engineering people will be really excited, and it will motivate us to set up new milestone and achieve it.
Moving on, the third award for the Emerging Tech Leader of the Year.
The winner of Emerging Tech Leader of the Year award is Harsha Jakanahalli Vishnu Kumar from AKTPL India Private Limited.
It's a great pleasure for me to get this award. I couldn't express any more with words because this is really very good. Thank you so much to Network 18 as well as also Dell Technologies and the other partners.
Moving on, small businesses are, of course, preparing themselves for big opportunities. And as we're moving towards digitization, there is a lot of change that is happening. SMBs are likely to add a whopping 158 to 216 billion to the country's GDP by the year 2024. So the question is, how are small businesses preparing themselves for big opportunities while fueling economic growth? And to discuss that, we have with us Ms. Chandra R. Srikanth, Editor, Technology, Startups and New Economy Money Control, Mr. Eric Day, Senior VP, Global Small Business, Dell Technology, and Mr. Rajkumar Rishi, VP and MD, Consumer and SB, Dell Technologies, India.
Eric, if you can give us a global view, how do you see, what's happening with India, the entrepreneurship, small businesses here, compared to what's happening in other emerging economies globally in terms of how they've adapted post-pandemic, in terms of the challenges that they have had to overcome?
What we see that's very similar is that we see between 35 and 50% of all GDPs are being held up by SMEs and SEs in all these emerging countries, including developed countries as well. And what we do see is there are three major things that we believe that are needed in order for this part of the economy to thrive. Number one, and the biggest one that we hear all over the globe, is the access to capital. Yeah. Small and medium enterprises have got to ensure that they can have equal access to money in order to be able to ensure that their ideas can thrive. The other one is the access to technology. We have to ensure that technology is accessible. It is very difficult, no matter what region you're in globally, in order to be able to drive your business without technology. We need to ensure that it's affordable and accessible to all businesses, especially in places like India, where we're still driving a lot of really good internet demand. We are still driving the cost down in order to make it affordable for these small businesses. And we're seeing a lot of that driven in a lot of the other developing countries as well.
Right. If you can give us the India perspective, there are an estimated 63 million MSMEs. What was their technology adoption like before the pandemic? And, what has it been like post-pandemic? And do you see it sustaining? Is it here to stay? Or was it a COVID-induced change that they had to adopt and, now it's back to business as usual?
MSMEs have been a part and parcel of our life in every which way, right?
True,
Whether
true.
you look at education, look at retail, look at healthcare, any aspect of our life, as we live through our, day and our life, we get touched by these MSMEs in different manners, and it never, kind of ceases to surprise me the level of innovation that Indian MSMEs have been able to bring in to continuously provide a better experience to their customers. E-commerce has actually democratized the entire, landscape, right? Yeah. The support from government has been, I would say, pretty strong during this time in various manners. So, and adopting technology in various ways, is only going to make sure that they stay competitive and they stay ahead of the curve all the time.
And I think that's the critical point that you just said right there. The idea of the access to capital and the technology is that competitive edge. We are seeing everything from farmers to logistics companies to I can't tell you what industries that are completely flipping to the technology side in order to be able to be able to analyze and get ahead of all the data that's coming in so that they can actually stay much more competitive.
On that note, thank you very much. I hope that gave you an insight of, global opportunities, big opportunities for MSMEs in India. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Moving on, I would like to invite our guest of honor, Mr. C.P. Gurnani, MD and CEO at Tech Mahindra, to kindly address the audience.
Hi, good evening, everybody. The colleagues from Dell, they obviously, did something that none of us had ever imagined. Technology in a box to build a loyalty program for the medium-scale industries. So guys, you're doing a good job. Give a big hand to the Dell guys. To me, branding, quality, exports, local player becoming national, all of these are opportunities. I'm glad that all of you here together will answer those questions. I am enthusiastic because these award ceremony is actually forcing us to think and also recognizing people who have conveniently showed us the way by thinking outside the box. So my congratulations to the winners, and thank you again for inviting me here. I am continuously learning, and I will continue to seek answers. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Small businesses are, of course, ahead of the curve in the face of obstacles and market upheavals. But as they struggle to stay relevant, agile, and future-ready, small businesses also need to scale up with the help of disruptive technologies like AI, ML, blockchain, and cloud. And small businesses are doing that to pivot to growth, and that's why they are considered and known as the true heroes of the Indian economy. So let me call upon Ms. Chandra R. Srikrant, Editor, Technology, Startups and New Economy, Money Control, Ms. Sunita Natarajan, Partner, Technology Consulting at Ernst & Young, and Mr. Ajay Thakur, Head, SME, BSc, Mr. Animesh Saxena, President, Federation of India, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises.
Mr. Ajay Thakur, let me start with you. Besides keeping the economy running, small businesses also lead the way in innovation. So when you went through the evaluation process for these awards, what were your impressions about the small businesses in India, the way they're being run? Where do you see, the gaps, the areas where they can do better?
Most of the SMEs, we are talking about micro, small and medium enterprises. We are talking about almost 63 million MSMEs there. But out of that, almost 96 to 97% are macro enterprises. But again, they don't understand how to use finances. I have in last 10 years met almost 36,500 SME promoters. And many of them were not aware even about their balance sheet, that how much is the revenue, how much is the profit. So I think there are various factors which I think that stopping the small enterprises in their growth, and that also in the difficult period. Right. So I think that, as you have rightly said, I think as a promoter needs to keep his ears and eyes open. Okay, they should be more into the market. They keep on innovating. They see what are the challenges coming. And at the same time, they need to be visionary. Unless until they have the mix of all these things, neither you can be a sustainable business, nor you can, export your products. And at the same time, the promoters need to focus on, productivity. And they try to have, best of the products available, which are acceptable in the international market.
Right. As you evaluate small businesses, do you believe the worst is over, that, they are slowly and steadily staging a recovery?
Definitely. Despite recovery, the platform is not going to be the same. So if we are of an understanding that life is going to get back to normal and my business is going to bounce back to normal, the small change in thought process, which will be required for all of these small and medium businesses, is that the consumer, when he comes back, is not going to be the same. So when you're back, there is business which has bounced back, but your technology has changed. The customer's demands have changed. So it's important to think ahead of the curve.
Mr. Animesh, coming to you, sir, in terms of the annual report of the MSME industry, it spoke about the humongous employment that the sector generates. It accounts, I think, for 29% of GDP. What makes a small business attractive to employees? And more importantly, how can you make it attractive for future employees and attract talent? When we are seeing this huge demand for talent everywhere, what can MSMEs do to make a difference?
If you look at our population, we are probably the world's largest populated country. And the job scenario in our country, the government jobs are no more there, it's shrinking. Large corporates are mostly going for automation. They are not adding, and whatever jobs they are adding, they are highly skilled jobs. In our country, our education standard has not been that robust. So we have a large pool of skilled, unskilled or semi-skilled workforce. And where do they find the jobs? It is only the SMEs. Unfortunately, our SMEs has been so far not a very high-tech. We were low in technology because of probably a lot of entrepreneurs also in SME sector, especially in micro and small. And that's how the government has realized the potential of this. When the Honorable Prime Minister, when he has been talking about, everyone knows that they cannot absorb this. And we are the world's largest youth population currently, where they can be absorbed. So that's why this skill initiative the government, they launched. And with this new education policy which the government is bringing, it is highly focused on the vocational courses. Like you can leave the education midway, go to some vocational courses, come back to the higher education in case you want that. So probably this is the only opportunity where this large number of people can be absorbed. And how we do it, we improve the skill levels of these people, and we handhold the small business. As Mr. Thakur said, out of 7 million SMEs in our country, which as per the data, 95% are micro. And how we handhold them. So it is the government where the government and the institutions' role come in. We have the issues of institutional finance, there is not availability of the finance, technology, awareness, and access to technology, and technology, cost of the technology. So these are the challenges where government and like Dell and these organizations can help us. And this will be the game changer for India.
On that note, thank you all very much for your perspectives on the opportunities, the innovations that MSMEs have done and what they can do going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chandra. Thank you so much.
It's now time to give away the industry-specific awards. And the first category is in the sector-specific category is the Waste Management Award.
In the category Waste Management, the winner is 3R Zero Waste Private Limited.
I feel very awesome to receive this prestigious award of Dell Challenges, and I'm thankful for Dell and CNBC-TV18 for giving us this opportunity for small SMEs.
The next category is the Travel, Logistic and Supply Chain category.
In the category Travel, Logistics and Supply Chain, the winner is Traveltel.com.
I'm feeling very fantastic. It's a great validation of the technology that we've been doing. So it definitely adds to our profile.
We feel very great. It's a real motivation to win the Dell Challenges Award. Dell is such a big brand, CNBC, Money Control. So we are over enthusiastic about winning this award.
Moving on to the next category, and that is for the Energy, OEM and Industrial Products.
In the category Energy, OEM and Industrial Products, the winner is Visix ATG India Private Limited.
So Dell Technology itself, it's one of our closest partner that we work with. So one of some of the solutions we deliver, Dell forms the core of the technology, which is computing nodes. So obviously, getting recognized from that kind of partner is first thing. And second thing, going through this entire process of this award, where we have to go through several phases of submitting and challenging the other participants, and coming through that was definitely, it was challenging. At the same time, it was interesting to see how things are being evaluated.
Moving on to the next category, and that is for textile.
In the category Textile and Garment, the winner is BH Innovative Equipment SLK.
Moving on to the next category, and that is for healthcare and life science.
In the category Healthcare and Life Science, the winner is MedicVisor Private Limited.
It feels really great. It's inspiring, and it motivates us as a team to work harder for winning the next award too.
It feels great, win this award, and especially coming direct from the Dell, and CNBC TV18, Money Control, and they're all the disruptors on the industry, and they awarding the disruptors like us. We feel very great to receive this award, and look forward to many more of these in coming years.
Moving on to the next category, and that is for technology, IT, ITES, and telecommunications. So let's take a look.
In the category Technology, IT, ITES, Telecommunication, the winner is TrueMinds Software Systems.
Thank you to all our presenters. Thank you so much, sir. And I would like to now call upon the Honorable Chief Guests, all our jury members, guests of honor, and our winners to come on stage for a photo op before we wrap up the evening.